Oil change on this car and just give it a look over, make sure it's happy. He's taking this to the Dragon Meet, which is October 8th. It's coming up. I'm going to do a full video on it and another reminder. So this is not an S2000, something a little different for you today. This is a Honda Element. This is the SC edition. All right, let's get the super light on here. We're going to give it a look around, make sure that there's no issues. Of course, change the oil, but look around. And if there is something that needs to be addressed, it's always better to do it here than 10 hours away up at the Dragon. Not that you can't get stuff fixed, but it's not as accessible. Not a big deal, a little bit of kind of vapor there. It seems like they do have that kind of like, not a leak, but kind of like a damp area. We did put new mounts in this car. We'll inspect the brakes too. We'll look at all the fluids. I know the transfer was done, but like I say, don't really anticipate seeing anything. Everything checks out. We did find one of the diff mounts just has a crack in it. It's not falling apart, but it's going to be fine. It is something that needs to be addressed in the future. We're not going to be able to get one today because we have today to prep this car. So we're doing 2 or 3 cars before the Dragon. We've got this car, we've got another car, and another car coming in tomorrow. Then, George, you need to do one more thing to your car. We should probably get your car in here tomorrow to finish doing that bleeding procedure. Favorite funnel, by the way, we actually got that up in Robbinsville, which is where the Dragon is, or close by, and I think I got 5 of them last year.
Something like that, yeah.
I might buy more this year. It's my favorite funnel. It fits in there, it fits in perfect, and obviously it doesn't glug. It's got an air gap around the outside of the cap there. Definitely worth a visit if you can find the Ingalls in Robbinsville. They had them in that store.
I bought mine at Walmart probably 15 years ago. So, if you have a local Walmart, check there too.
Flow Tool.
10709. There's something you don't expect to be broken. I always take these and put it back over, but when I went to do that, there's stuff in here. It's broken.
Yeah, and it's loose.
Yeah, so we'll get a new one of those on there.
One more thing you wanted doing was the cabin filter, which is definitely a good idea. He is. Look how bad that is. You ever wonder what's living in your cabin filter? That's an excellent way to find out. Pull it out, take a look. Another car you're going to see at the Dragon. This is here for an oil change and just a check over. Again, it's going a long way. He wants to make sure everything is good and that he can enjoy his drive and not be worried about it. This car is getting picked up tomorrow. One last little thing, there is a video on this if you check it out. You've seen him on the channel. He does a whole bunch of 3D printing for us, and pretty much anything that we ask him, he's like the first to jump in and get it done. So when he says he has a little problem with his car, we have to do the same thing. Well, he didn't even ask for it. He just mentioned it had a couple of little issues. One of them is a check engine light that keeps coming back, and I believe it was the O2 sensor code. All right, so truck moved around. Let's get this thing in, see what we find out. I could do with a wash under here for sure. All right, first thing we're going to do is pull the code and verify that, but I remember it being an O2 sensor, and it is a new O2 sensor that's in there. So one of the things I want to do is pull the injectors and check them and clean them, do a valve adjustment, check the spark plugs. Doesn't have a lot of miles, but if those spark plugs are fouled up a little bit, obviously everything will kind of cause more issues. Everything kind of works together. So 1 of 1, system 2 rich. This doesn't sound happy at all. So short-term and long-term trims are pulling all kinds of fuel, so there's something going on there. Sometimes it's good to have parts on hand, then you can do a quick diagnosis by changing stuff. This is the one that came off it. This is off a K24 that we have. We'll just go ahead and put that on and just see if it changes it dramatically. If it does, it could be this giving it a false reading. If not, we'll keep digging. But sometimes quicker than going through a whole bunch of checks if you have the part on hand. Looking at the injector seals, they're all looking a little rough. So let's get this started, let it warm up. We'll get this up to temperature and we'll try a couple of more runs and see what's going on. Fingers crossed that's it, but I don't think it is. Probably not going to hear this car over the S2000, but taking this over to the dealership today over at Honda Cars of Bradenton, Hendricks Honda. It's kind of where this car started. I think Steve bought it from that dealership. It was 1 year old when he bought it. He worked there for 30 plus years. Pretty much does the same thing. It pulls and then just lets go right there at 82 and then pulls when it stays. So this car is finished. It's dark in here right now. I didn't put the big lights on. That dyno, there's going to be more video on this, and I'm not going to go into details, and I'm not going to tell you what's good and what sucks and all that. Well, I will. We had a harness that the customer supplied with a K-Pro ECU. It was supposed to be a plug and play, and it just had all kinds of issues. We wasted so much time chasing it. Had different ignition breakups, different rev limiters, had a flashing check engine light. It just sucked. So we went back to the good old AM. That is now fixed. Like everybody else, Jeff is in here getting his car prepped for the Dragon. And you're not even taking this car, right? You're loaning it to Mike?
This is going to Mike.
Mike is taking this because Mike didn't finish his car. Not only did Mike not drop a TV on his foot this year, he didn't finish his own car.
Also, Jeff does have a skateboard in the back of this. If we can talk him into doing a kickflip for us in the parking lot, we've got a show coming up.
If you do, I'll film it, Jeff.
Only if we get 100 likes.
You'll definitely get 100 likes. I just don't want you to get hurt before the Dragon. This is a big box for 2 shocks, Jeff. You sure you're not like tricking us?
They sound loose in there, so there's a good chance.
Oh, okay. How many people do that? Hey, could you just install this one part and you open the box and there's 12 in there? This is exactly what we said we wasn't going to do, George, is like work on multiple cars.
Oh yeah, we got them all.
I knew we were working on many. This is here for an oil change, but Jeff's in the way. This, once Jeff's shocks are changed, he's out of here. And then he's going to give it to Mike. You're going to pack Mike's case too, just in case Mike's busy.
Just put all, and then
just go to his house and get his basics.
Just babysit the kids while he goes out to dinner.
Yeah.
Pack the suitcases.
See what happens when Mike's not here?
You know he packs heavy, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, you can need multiple cases.
And maybe like 3 or 4 extra bags in case he finds something he needs.
Tomorrow I'll detail it for
We're going to need more room. Do those seats come out? Because he's going to fill this.
We can fold them down.
Mike brings a lot of suitcases.
Yeah.
This ain't going to be enough. There we go. Should handle like a dream. Anything else while you're here, Jeff?
It's got new tires, it's got new brakes. He should be good to go.
All right. Mike, thanks you. Can you cover a little bit of gas too, Jeff? I don't know if he talked to you about that.
You just deliver it with a full tank.
Yeah, just give him a full tank. He'll take care of it after that. Feels better?
Yeah.
It looks like it's handling better. It's been a long day, but now it's time to bring George's car in and finish his brakes. Just basically do a last bleed. He did them on his own. Of course, you can't get them perfect on your own, but it's good enough to drive home. It's been a long day. It's been a hot day. You got a firm pedal?
Yeah, it's good.
It's rock solid? Alright, good. We just got to wipe everything over and make sure we're good. So I've got a little bit of air at it, mainly this front one. Apparently they're a bit of a pain to bleed. You go out, in, go through your circulation. We kept going back and getting air in this one just a little bit, but it doesn't take much to give it a squishy pedal. So if you go to the Dragon, this is what you're going to see right here. Look how nice this looks. This car looks so good when it's clean. You see George tell him, hey, your car looks really good when it's clean. And then he'll keep it clean, because it does. It really does look good. So what else you're going to see at the Dragon is the guys from GDI, which this is the push to start right here. And it works like a modern push to start too.
Yep.
You're not turning a key and then pressing the button like an S2000. How cool that is.
Oh, forgot to do that.
Oh yeah, you didn't scan it?
No, I've got to.
Does it only run for a second and then shut off?
Yeah, if you don't do that, you see I got the blinking key.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I'd have to clutch off and then scan my key over here. And then,
nice. That's a live demonstration, at least we know that works.
yeah.
So it still needs that chip
So
to start it.
RFID and the transmitter and the key. I'm trying
Twice.
to not make it 2, but
Twice level of security. 2 layers.
we need our scanner fixed, and then I can fix it.
Okay, well, we don't need to fix it, we just need to know how to use it.
Yeah. We need to figure out the fixes to get it signed up.
So I've sweated this shirt wet. You think I can do one of those tricks where I kind of like stand here and throw this shirt up and it fixes it? Shall I try it? Alright, let's give it a shot. And there it is. That one go to the movie theater. not sweaty. George is taking a few days off, going to the Keys again. He is a Keys type of guy. So he's taking a couple of days off, and then the weekend,
Yeah.
I've got a job to do tomorrow. Then I'm taking Friday off. That's going to be our day off for the month. We kind of taking Friday off here and there. And we did a few late nights and a couple of days over the weekend on a certain silver car, so we have a little bit of catching up to do. We got a bit of air out of them, the brakes are solid now. We'll do it one more time before the Dragon, just to make sure it's 100%, but look at the size of that brake under there. Massive brakes.